Hello, everybody.
Hi,
We're,
everybody.
we're really happy to be here today. And it's really interesting, Leslie. I was thinking before it started, um, based on what we did last or for the month of October, Wings was in there. And I was thinking, okay, how do I feel? Is this Wings? And then I just went into what do I feel today? And it was really interesting. In my inner self, I feel very calm. And then I think about all of what's going on outside of here. And yet, that's really a blessing if we can have that calm inside, even if there's a whole lot going on in the world. And I was thinking of it kind of like, um, in a way, the question is how are you lightening your load with wings? And I was thinking that in a way that's part of how we lighten our load, because it's as if um, we we are here. I want to get out here so I can see. Hello, Jeannie. We're glad to have you back. Come back. Really nice to see you. Anyway, I was just thinking of how we are lightening our load by letting go of old things, old emotions and old attachments and things like that. But we're also lightening our load by realizing that we can have inner calm, even that if there's things going on outside of that really seem like it's hard to stay in the calm. Now, maybe if I was standing in the center of that, it would be a little bit more challenging to stay in the calm. But I do watch on TV, just keeping up on what's going on. And if I get to that point where I feel like, oh, I might take some of this on, then I just say, okay, that's enough. And I turn the TV off. So, I think self care is a part of lightening the load. So, what do you do to lighten the load, Leslie?
Oh, I think that's some of it too, and turn it off, or just um, sometimes I just get quiet, and just close my eyes for a minute and breathe, and remind myself of, you know, um, that in this moment, right here, right now, I'm
Yeah.
fine, and I can put my intentions out there and do what can do, and I've been doing that, and so I can be at peace with what arises from that. Also,
Exactly.
I go outside, maybe move around, do stretches, things like that. That
Yeah,
helps.
me too. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, it's really interesting how we find simple things to do. And Peter and I take a walk very often, especially if the sun's shining, it's nice out, and we're maybe doing projects in our separate offices. And I'll just say to him, "It's really nice out. Let's go for a walk now." And
Yeah.
that to me is another way to stay centered and to
Mm.
really appreciate what's around us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I also saw someone this week doing deep breathing, and then they did the um, infinity sign
Oh yeah,
with
I like
their eyes. And they just did that for a while, and then, breathing again and relaxing their shoulders, things like that. And they just said, that's how I do it. So, there's a lot of unique ways to do it, I think.
yeah. Is that any part of rapid eye that you know how to do?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I think that's a perfect one. I'm going to remember that one
Yeah.
because it's a balance of the masculine and the feminine. It's a balance of the left and right sides of the brain. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's a great way to
Yeah.
deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So yes, that's cool. So what we're doing here is just going over some of the things that are for the whole month of October to remind us of those energies, and then we have a couple of cards that are for additional cards that are for just for this week. And the week starts today and then goes through next Thursday. So it's here for the weekend and also for most of next week. And what we like to do is to take the cards and put them somewhere where we can see them. So if you don't happen to have the cards, I did get some links for you that I'm going to put here just in case. Unfortunately, this one is a really long link, but I hope that it will be something that will help you to find them. You can also just go on to transformationaltools.com and up in the top there in the menu, just go to the products or the store and then look for Oracle decks. So I'm in the midst of creating a new website for us. Some of it is really fun and some of it is, what are you doing? You don't even, this is not your best way of using your skills. But it's coming along, and I'm going to be excited to bring it to show to everybody and have you use it and see if it feels more simple. We're trying to get things simple and really everything in one place, and just make it so it is easy to manage everything. All right, so Wings was one of the ones that was for the month of October, and it's about lightening your load and ascending into finer and finer vibrations. And I really think that we are doing that because there is a way that as we stay in that inner world and we live from the inner world to the outer world, we can stay in finer vibrations. And then Wings is the one that talks about this. And let me show you Wings.
I'm trying to find it. There it is.
There it is. Okay. So Wings is like letting us know that we can soar like the birds. We can be lighter and see things from a different viewpoint. So this thing about feeling finer and finer vibrations really has to do with letting go of the heaviness and the doubt and all of the worries and things like that, and just staying in the present moment and saying, how can I serve my fellow people around me, the world, and also take care of myself? And so it really is important for us to remember that that's how we do the self-care and stay in the finer vibrations. I also find that in the morning, sitting and picking a card or sitting and writing in my journal is something that really is helpful to me. So anything else that comes to mind that helps you with finer and finer vibrations?
Well, I think the writing definitely is a one that helps me as well. And yeah, I think just, we have a number of different little things we can choose, but for me, the breath work and the writing and choosing a card can really influence my day and help me through it.
Yes. Yeah. It gives you that guidance.
Uh-huh.
Hello, Win. Glad you're here. Yeah, the guidance I find is really important because I feel like when we pick cards from our decks, it is like an answer from within, because we are picking it, asking, what is the message that is here for me today? And that's kind of what we do for you folks when we pick cards at the end of our presentation. It's our way of helping you to look inward, and we're not telling you something from out here. We are feeling into what is happening inside of you. So that really hopefully will be of service to you and really help you in your week. All right, so the other card that we had was sweetness. This is one of my favorite cards. In fact, when Lorinda and I created these cards, she was the artist. That I think it was, I don't know if it was Easter or anyway, we sent this out to everybody, and it was such a wonderful energy to send to people so that they could feel a little bit what these cards could be. Oh, well, I love it. We can fly. We can't fly while holding out our baggage. Yeah, I just have this picture of somebody holding their suitcase, and they just were trying to get off the ground. Okay, so I love that one. All right, well, sweetness, there's a part of it says, let my song soothe you. So if you can feel the energy of that, can you feel that soothing sound, that soothing, the colors are soothing, the song that's part of this art is also soothing. So if you have a time when things are just not what you would like them to be, you can go in and find that soothing place with sweetness. So let's just take a moment. Let's leave that one up there for a minute, Leslie. Let's just take a moment to soak this one in. Just feel this energy coming into your heart and your energy field. See if you can feel the soothing energy and the soothing song. And breathe it in. So that's one of the things you can do with these luminaries is to breathe in the energy of it. Breathe it into your body and your energy field so that it soothes you, or sometimes it will help you with emotions, depends on which card it is. So the other thing that you can do is also imagine this not as a flat card, but as an energy ball, and just let that energy ball go all the way around you. And you can also put it on the floor and stand on it with your bare feet and just allow it to come up through your body that way. All right, so that was sweetness. And then I've been using cedar wood. Cedar wood is a wonderful essential oil, and that one comes from cedar tree. And I used to live in a place where there are 4 cedar trees, and I'd go into the center of it. Oh my goodness, it was such beautiful energy. And you had a piece of cedar this last time. Do you still have your piece of cedar?
I do, but it's not with me right here.
Okay, all right. So, but if you can even imagine being next to a cedar tree, or be in the middle of those 4 cedar trees, and just breathe in the calm, and also ground yourself with the tree. Put your roots into the ground, just like the cedar tree has its roots. Was there anything else you wanted to say about cedar tree or cedar wood?
No, I just think, both the smell, the color, the connection to earth is all very important, and very helpful, very helpful. Just remembering that, yep, we're like the tree.
Yeah, we are.
Like that.
And nature is so good to us when we pay attention.
Yes.
Okay, so we also had the colors pink and indigo. Is there anything you wanted to talk about that, Leslie?
Gosh, I think we definitely talked about it in the other weeks, but I know that self-care in the pink is what I got quite a bit of, and just taking time to be with that inner child. I know it probably sounds silly, but I was feeling kind of playful, and as I was working around, just dancing around. I was just imagining my kid having a great time, and I just sometimes when we do a lot of healing work with that part of us, we can connect with it and just saying, you know, thank you for showing me how to have fun, how to remember to do that when it's even when it's really, really serious right now, when
Yeah,
things are in great movement. So I find that helps sometimes.
I do too. And one interesting thing happened. I can't remember where it was. It was either in the leadership group or it was in the Monday group, and we were talking about indigo, and that was about grounding with indigo. And it just hit me, And what's so odd, maybe not odd, it's the way the universe works, is that the card for this week is the lesson in indigo. And it says, trust what you know. That looks blue to me, but it's really a dark purple. There, that's better. Um, and yeah, one of the things I'm going to do. Oh, yeah, your color is much more true to it. Um, one of the things I'm going to do in our newsletter for the month of November, because it turns out indigo is part of November too, is I'm going to do a meditation on grounding in indigo, and then maybe it isn't this next month, but I'm going to do a grounding in indigo, and I'm going to also put back in there the meditation I did on pink, where you go up and lie on a pink cloud and relax, and then look over the edge and are able to see your life in a different viewpoint. I think those kind of meditations can be very helpful for you, and you could put them on your phone, and when you need that, you can just listen to your phone. All right, so the this week it's the lesson in indigo. The one for the month of October was the strength in indigo. So sometimes we're working with both. And the question that came to me was, have we lost some inner trust? And then if we have, what do we do to reclaim our trust? So I think sometimes, it's like when you begin to doubt, it's kind of like doubting is another way of losing some of that inner trust. So Leslie, what do you do when you feel like there is some doubt setting in, or when you feel like that your inner trust has is waning?
Oh, um, I guess I just take some time out for one thing to remember what I've been learning and to know that, and I guess that's the part that I'll just interject this because I think this is something I've been learning a lot lately. Um, that the lesson in indigo, well, first we had grace, right, from
Yeah,
the month. And grace was just so powerful for me too. Um, but the lesson to live is to live in the present, in the body, like be fully present and be on the earth. And so it has, um, when you have that inner knowing through this color, to me, that is, for me, it's just like there's a higher level of connection
yeah,
to that vibration, and it's also uh, so being in my body is especially necessary when I have that going because it's like I don't want to forget that I have a body and just be out there in the ethers, but I also want to connect to the ethers because a lot of our ancient wisdom comes through these colors of both this color and the magenta, and it to be able to um, connect with that is guidance. We can get a lot of guidance through that. So sometimes I will just open the color book and I'll go and read about it because
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, that part really resonates with me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really helpful. And what she's talking about is the book that goes with the little color cards,
Mhm.
and that's on that page that I gave you as well. So you can go there and take a look at that.
And I was reading about detachment being what we need to do is really
Yeah,
detach from those
yeah,
things that might upset us, and just know that's when that trust comes in. You know, when you were talking about trusting the whole process, um, that what happens is the best. And the thing I've been learning is that, well, what if something happens and I don't like it, or I don't think it's the best?
right.
Well, it's like, well, wait and see what learning comes to you, what benefit it is, because there's always a benefit somewhere.
That's a really good idea. Look for the benefit because
Mhm.
there's two sides to things.
There are.
And that's what we have in why I wrote this with lesson on one side and strength on the other.
Mhm.
Because on the lesson side, it's something that will really help you if you shift that or resolve that. And then strength is sometimes you forget you have strengths. And it's reminding you that you have that strength and saying to you, use the strength that you have.
Yeah,
Well, I
absolutely.
see that Sue has joined us. Hello, Sue. We're glad you're here. Um, all right. So, one of the things I wanted to put up here because some of you may not have signed up for our newsletter. And I hope you will because it's my way to keep sending out some things that might be helpful. Um, One of the things I want to do during the month of November, because there's so much information for November, that instead of trying to take it all on at once, I am going to do some short follow ups after the first of the month when I send out the newsletter. I think it'll be helpful to you, so I hope that you'll sign up for that if you don't already get it. And be sure and take a look. If you think you're signed up and you don't seem to be getting it, you can search under Arlene at transformationaltools.com. And you can always reach me at that as well. So now what we want to do is to go to the other card, which is very interesting. It's presence. And do you want to talk about that while I hold up the card, what you were thinking about with presence?
Um, um, let's see. Um, the one that stuck out to me is that um, presence. We talk about it in the book about it being around you and having this indigo color and always being there. And when you think of presence, you think of your consciousness. I do, and this part in the book that I love so much, it says, when you feel that, when you see that around you, like you might see lots of things that are indigo, or oh, there it is again, that word. Um, it lets you know you're deeply supported and greatly loved. And I love that about the supportive nature of presence.
I like that too.
And
And
also,
that indigo color is really up for us now. And the November cards and the energy for November has a lot to do with presence. And don't know if I'll remember it exactly, but the title of it is Stand as Presence in the Mishmash. I love that word, mishmash.
mm,
So it's looking at presence and uh, looking at what that actually means. because your energy field is part of your presence. Your heart is part of your presence. Your inner world is part of your presence, and how you interface in the outer world is part of your presence. And then there's the other kind of presence that um, sometimes I feel my mom next to me. I feel her presence, her energy next to me. Sometimes we get feeling that this is so big and so universal, that this is like a divine presence that is showing us that we're not alone. So, presence is a really interesting word, and it's an interesting concept to go into, because you can just feel how uh, that can affect you. And you can call in presence if you're having a tough time, or if you feel unsafe, or whatever is going on with you. You can call in presence, or you can also think of this card and just bring in that ball of energy and put it around you. So, this is just one of the ways that these cards are here to serve us, is they give us information, they help us to understand things, and they also support us and give us guidance, because sometimes we get too involved in the outer world and we forget to take care of ourselves, or we forget to check in to who we are inside and say, does this resonate? I just feel that, and I've said this, as you know, Leslie, right from the beginning, there are no gurus. You are your own guru. You are the one that in the end says, oh, that information really resonates for me. Therefore, it's true for you. But you can't just go and say, well, I'm going to read this book and everything in here I'm going to take in, because that isn't necessarily all for you. Some of it can be for you, but some of it may not be for you. And so really pay attention to the fact that you are your own guru. You are the one that decides what is right for you. You are the one that decides what it is that you are to bring to the world, what your service is here. So that concludes the cards that we have. I also want to invite you, and I put these links up so I could do this for you. I want to invite you to look at the information about the Vortal. We're having a really good time with the Vortal. And once a month, I do a presentation. It's often goes around some of the things that come up for the month, but it's also a place where you can come to my Journal with Your Knowing Self, which I'm doing 2 times in November, trying it out, because sometimes the time that I've chosen doesn't work for people. And that's where you find out information from your inner self. And we just are doing more and more things to help people connect with each other. We have a Facebook group, and we're wanting to find out how we can support you in this time, and how you can find your own particular way of serving in this world at this moment. Because I'm telling you, we are evolving, and we are just stepped through a vortal. And that vortal has taken us into how things are going to look a little different. We're going to find some different things. And I haven't even told you this, Leslie, but over the last 2 days, I have been getting some brand new information about past lives, and what this means to us right now, and how to clear the baggage that's in the past lives. So that's something that eventually I want to offer as a class. And those of you who are in the Vortal will be receiving a discount on that class. So it's just a way for us to help each other and to move forward. So let's see. We have got, let's go, I'm going to go back here.
We have Will
Will.
and Winter Ray.
I think it's not Winter. I think it's a different one.
Win.
Win. Yeah.
Okay, Win 425.
Yeah.
And Sue.
So, Win, if you wouldn't mind, would you give us your full name? So, because we have Winter Ray, and I'm quite sure that that's not you. But we're really, I'm excited to see so many of you here. Oh yeah, and we have Sue, and let's see. I thought we had somebody else in the very beginning up here. Yeah, Jeannie. Don't want to forget Jeannie. So Jeannie is first.
Yeah.
So Leslie, you want to pick a luminary for Jeannie?
Okay.
Oh, it is Winter Ray. Okay. Sorry.
All right. So, Jeannie, I got the card. Passionate Ascension.
Wow.
Passionate Ascension. And what beautiful colors are in this one. Wow. The vibration is the number 4 and 8. And it's really talking about intentions and commitment to the spiritual journey has brought you this far in your spiritual journey. Now it's time to leap with faith into an unknown world. Let your passion propel you inward to your core in order to combust outward into a new way of being without looking back. You know, and it talks about the pioneers that had their awakenings and opening to their next vibrational energy coming in. And this is definitely speaking to you about it's time. You know, you can, I see celebration in here of how far you've come. And now it's time to take a leap, your next leap in your journey. And you will know where that is, you know, in your daily life, in your waking life, dreaming life, and it'll tell you where you need to leap. And it says, you know, have faith in that when you start out, and just know that it is supported, definitely supported in the universe. Are you getting anything else from that?
No, but this is an interesting card to go with it. And it's the lesson, the lesson in Brown. Okay, I haven't got mine so that you can read it on there. But it's own your own worth. And, you know, I think that's one that is so important as we're shifting, because sometimes we don't always remember that owning our own worth is so, so important. So,
absolutely.
Things happen to your camera. Let's put up the card and see. Yeah, it's fuzzy. Oh, there. Now that's nice and clear. Okay. Now let's see. Now we can see you.
There we go.
It got confused.
Had to reset, I guess.
So anyway, the other thing about this one, Jeannie, is that Brown is giving us that opportunity to really go deep into the earth. And I always feel like it's putting your toes into really wonderful soil that has all of the nutrients in it, that has life in it, and feeling that and knowing that you're part of that, and that you chose to be here on earth. And this is a wonderful time. It's a challenging time, but look at what is it for you that is pushing against your worth. What is it that is keeping you from fully going into who you are, because passion ascension means that you're changing a lot right now. And sometimes that can be really challenging because it feels like you're it's not stability, it's movement. And sometimes that is hard. But really work with your inner self to know how valuable you are. And I, I feel some tears in there. And I think that we all have that from time to time in this time that we're in, because it's so challenging. And just know that you're being supported, and the earth supports you, and we support you, and that you are so valuable. And I'm just going to turn it around and say that you now are in the strength of it. And the strength is nurturing, safe, and earth connected. So when you recognize the lesson and you begin to say, oh, yes, I have lost a little bit of my worth, then you begin to turn that around and make that into your strength, and know the reason that you came here, and know what it is you have to offer. So can you pick a card, a color card for Will?
Yes.
And I hope Jeannie's still here. Jeannie, let us know if any of that made any sense to you. If you would just put something in the, what is it? The chat.
Yeah. Okay, and so are you going to do the luminary?
I'll do the luminary, yeah, but go ahead and do a color for him.
Oh, okay. Well, I got Lesson in Blue. And it says, speak your truth from deep within. And orange is the balancing card for that. I'm getting that there is a big creative streak here going, and that with the orange and blue colors, it's simply encouraging you to, express that truth in whatever way that you feel is helpful. And what else? I think the from deep within is the orange part. I mean, it's funny, it's speak your truth from deep within, but I feel like it's just in your nature. It's in your part of the reason you're here is to bring that and express that truth.
So keep that up, because I want to show you. What I got was Core Crucible, and notice the orange in there, and it also has a turquoise, which is again has a lot of blue in it. Also has yellow in it, but Core Crucible. When I picked that card up today for you, Will, the first thing I got from it was such a compassion. I think as we make changes, and Core Crucible is always helping us to resolve some of the things that have been holding us back. And it has such love for us. It really knows the difficulty of human life. And it really wants us to recognize how very precious we are, each one of us. So we could all use a little bit of Core Crucible. So if you want to pick a luminary for Winter Ray.
Sure.
And I'll pick a color card.
All right, Winter Ray. It's Dolphin Song. How fun. Dolphin songs, beautiful colors, tell you a lot. But when we think about the dolphins, I wonder what comes to your mind. Um, in this card, I see the bubbles of the ocean and the wave patterns and the blues and purples, the dark blue part and the pink. They're all just so wonderful. And part of us, something to consider says, let me whirl you into the stars to see the magnificence that you know. Sit beside me in the nothingness to rejuvenate your inner resolve. Swim with me in the ocean depths whose beauty fills the soul. Call to me anytime. You're not alone. The dolphin song is affirmation, resonation, and celebration. So this is really affirming how far you've come, and it's saying, be with them in the depths. There's lots of joy um, and beauty to be found there. And I feel like it's especially saying in this time, to be lighten up, and to um, find things that are joyful to you and happy and brings your energy up and draws you to it.
Nice. Well, what I got was the lesson in white, Winteray. And, basically it has the balance of white and black. And it suggests when you're working on the lesson to stand on the solid black and see a column of white around you. So I think the balance of that, and the black is often taking us in. Well, there's something here for me. I'm going to do the same thing. But the black is where we go into our inner self and find that inner world. And the white is where we connect by that column to the center of the universe, to the very place from which we have been birthed. And so it is this balance, Winteray, and I know you've been working on doing a lot to balance yourself, but this balance of black and white. If you have black and white clothes, wear it and do it as a way of saying, I am balancing my connection to the earth and to my inside self. I'm balancing that with what is in the cosmos and what it is that you experience in the outside world. So be very specifically connected there, because that will help you with some of the things that may feel like they're at a standstill, or things that that come up that are stressful to you. This will help you to stay in that balance. And the dolphin song will help too.
Dolphin song is part of helping her do that, I feel. Yeah.
Very good. All right, Sue. Let's see. I will pick a luminary. Let's see what's up for Sue. Oh my gosh. Okay, Sue. Yours is crystalline. I was using crystalline as I had this new information coming in, because in crystalline talks about working with the ones who are from the crystalline place in the universe, and they are here to help us. So what I'm feeling, Sue, is right now surrounding yourself with crystalline, just this ball of energy that's crystalline. And also there's magenta in there, which again is that beautiful compassion. And then a very light center that just feels like it's supporting your heart. So use this, because this is a way of staying connected in your center as you are um, expanding out into the universes and into the crystalline energy. This is a really important time for you, Sue. So I'm looking forward to finding out what it is that is happening for you. So what did you get, Leslie?
Well, I kind of felt like there was something else too. And part of crystalline is that they said that these carriers of light are with you. And this is very high vibrational energy.
Yes.
Again, lesson,
Okay, stay grounded.
stay grounded, girl. It's like if you get way out there, go put your feet in the dirt and breathe it in and realize that, to me, it's um, the earth is just as spiritual as the crystalline colors, and yet it's a very different type because we are in physical form. We are in our bodies. So it's saying, pay attention to your body as you're out there, really working with these beautiful crystalline energies. I think that's all there is to it. Just pay attention.
It's so interesting how that comes along and just says, be the balance.
Yes.
Don't get yourself too far out there that you don't feel connected, and don't get yourself so into the heaviness that can be here on earth that you forget your connection.
Yeah,
Not easy to do.
that has been the theme through these readings for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like what I want to end with today, and thank you all for coming, is perfect, as Sue says, is that it's simply our time to be with you and help you with the energies that are going on. So I thank you for coming, and for everybody who comes afterwards and is here with us but not alive. We're really happy to have you here as well. And I hope that many of you will consider becoming part of the portal, the Vortal. And I have listed in here how you can find that. And you can just go to transformationaltools.com, and right on the homepage, it gives you information about the Vortal. So that's how we are supporting all of you, and how we're supporting each other, and how we're being open to the learning that's coming through right now. It's very exciting. So much is coming through at this moment, and ways I had not expected at all. It's very surprising and very exciting. And I will be sharing that as soon as it gets really clear inside of me. I will find a way to share that. So we love having you here. We are so happy to be with you today. And thank you, Leslie, for joining me in this and being a part of it. It's like old times.
Yeah.
So we will all see you next week, and have a good rest of the week and the weekend. And be sure to go back to your own personal cards and to the cards that are for the energy, and keep using those because they're really important.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye.